الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده أما بعد. We have started Tajweed lessons 3 weeks or so ago. So just a quick recap of whatever we have covered so far. There are 5 areas of articulation and we have 17 MAKHAARIJ, points of articulation. From 17 points, we have about 29 sounds. In Arabic alphabets, we have 28 letters and 1 sound. The 29 sounds altogether. The 5 areas of articulation include nostrils, throat, empty cavity, tongue, and lips. So we started off with the throat letters. Throat letters are 6 and they come from 3 points in the throat and each point has 2 letters coming from it. So starting from the bottom part of the throat, which is closest to the lungs. So you have your Hamza and Ha. Ha. Heavy one. And Hamza. Sound. Ha. Those 2 sounds, yeah. So they come from the bottom part. Hamza and Ha. Just above that, the middle part of the throat, we have 2 letters. Ain and Ha. They both come from the middle part. Just above that, which is the top part of the throat, comes 2 letters. And they are Ghain and Kha. Agh, Agh, Gha, Kha. So those 6 letters are throat letters. Then as you move on towards your mouth, the base of the tongue, there are 2 letters. A. The base of the tongue goes up and you pronounce the letter called A. And just in front of that is Kaf. Ak. And as you move forward, the center of the tongue. So center of the tongue, when it goes up to the top, we pronounce 3 letters from there called Jim, Ya, and Sheen. Aj, Ash, I, Ay, Ya, Iyaka, Ya, Iyaka, Ish, Ij, Aj. So these 3 letters, Jim, Sha, Sheen, and Ya. These 3 letters come from the middle of the tongue touching the roof. So let's move on. Makhraj of Dad. This is the most difficult letter. Let's practice that today, inshallah ta'ala. So Dad. So this is the hard palate, the top part or the roof of our mouth. So the blue dots are either right or the left or both. You have to put your tongue there. And then you drag it further a little bit. And that's how the letter Dad is pronounced. So the side of the tongue goes to the top, just next to the premolars and molars, either on the right side or on the left side or both. You can do whichever way. All 3 ways are perfectly fine. The sound should come from the side, not from the tip of the tongue. So if you say ow, and then you drag the tongue a little bit forward, if you could. If you can't, but at least try to pronounce the letter from this area. So it should be ow, and you round it a little bit heavy because this is a heavy letter. Walaw, arab, that's the sound. Not from the front of the tongue. If you use your tip of the tongue in the pronunciation, it would be more like a wa. Walaw, wa. That's wrong. There should be no use of this part, the front part of the tongue, in the pronunciation of this letter wad. It should just come from the side. The sound should just come from the side. Aw, 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 walaw, wa, as opposed to wa. That's the tip of the tongue pronouncing it. Some people make it close to dal. They say dal. That's wrong. It's not dal, rounded dal. It's not a rounded or heavy dal. It's wa, a separate letter, completely different and distinct. And it's not wa. It's not wallin, or zollin, these are all wrong. Now the distinction, is it really wad or wad? So the both are correct. Arabs normally say wad, and Indo-Pak they would say it more like wad. Both are correct as long as we are pronouncing from the side of the tongue. So you may be used to of doing it toward wad or dod. Both are fine, provided that we are pronouncing from the side of the tongue, touching the inside of the premolars of the top side, right or left or both. If we use the tip of the tongue and pronounce a letter, this is wrong, no matter how good it sounds, how good it looks or feels. It doesn't matter. The tip of the tongue has no place in pronunciation of this letter. It should be from the side only. So وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ أرض both ways fine. Towards a wa, toward wa, or towards wa. Both are fine. But it's not dal and it's not wa. This is quite difficult one, obviously, but one should try and continue to practice, inshallah ta'ala. See, it's just coming from the green side, as you can see, the right or the left, and it goes to the tip of the tongue should just touch the front part right at the end when you drag it towards the front. Then comes the tip of the tongue, which goes up top, and you pronounce letter lam, easy. Al, lam. Now, there's a bit of difference in the lam of Arabic alphabet than the lam of Urdu language or English language. Now, certain languages wouldn't have that lam pronounced with as wide an area of the tongue as we do in Arabic. So in Arabic, the lam has slightly wider part of the tip of the tongue to be touched to the top. So as opposed to, for example, English lam. So you just say L. In American style, you would just say L without even touching the tip to the top. L. So that's not Arabic lam. Sometimes people would just say, like in Urdu, just the tip. La. Allah. They would say Allah like this. Allah. Lal. Lal. Just the tip of the tongue touching lal. As opposed to Arabic, which would be lal, if they want Allah. Allah. So they would use most part of the tip of the tongue touching the top behind the upper incisors. So you would use a little bit more al. Okay, so slightly wider part. See the pink area, that's a bit, you use a bit more of the tongue touching the top. And obviously when you make it heavy, you just lift the base of the tongue as well for the name of Allah. So Lam Jalala. So when you say Allah, Allah, so the base of the tongue goes up. So you could see the curve at the base of the tongue goes to suggest that the lam is heavy, mufakham. This goes with lam of Allah. And when you pronounce a flat lam, this is how it goes without having any extra curve or curvature to the base of the tongue. Okay, so only Allah, word Allah, love Allah, whenever it is preceded by a fatha, zabar letter, or dhamma means Allah or Allah, then you round your mouth a little bit. Actually, it's an elevation of the base of the tongue to make it heavy. So you say Allah. You do not have to round your lips. It's just the tongue should be rounded longitudinally. You would say Allah, Allah, lifting the base of the tongue up a bit. Allah, Allah, Naqatullah. And when there's kasra, Bismillah, then you do not make it heavy. Alhamdulillah, A'udhu Billah. So, because word Allah is preceded by a kasra, maksur letter with zir underneath it. So you flatten it. Noon, same thing. You just bring the tip of the tongue to the top, and it has two parts. Half of it comes from the tongue, and half of it goes from the nose. So you have to pronounce both. So some of that should be coming from the nostril as well. This is easy. People find it very easy to pronounce. Now then, raw, again the tip of the tongue. So the tip of the tongue again would be used at the top. Al, al, an, and ar. All three come from the tip of the tongue touching the top. So the raw will be similarly touching just the hard palate behind the incisors, upper incisors, yeah. So ar. One should be careful that we do not make a lot of trilling there. Saying ar, that's wrong. Ar, these trilling is not right. This is one quality of a letter, which is raw in this case, that we should try to minimize. We leave a small gap, and that is why the tongue continues to move with trilling sound. Ar, that's wrong. We should just say ar, minimize it. Ar, leaving a small gap there. Obviously, raw could be heavy and could be flattened as well. Mir or mir, bar, raw or ri, sharri, so sharri, and if it has fatha or dhamma, then it becomes heavy. We'll cover that inshallah ta'ala separately. Where do you say raw as full-mouthed heavy letter, or when you say it as a flat or light letter? So again, just to revise, there are quite a few mistakes that people make. Again, do not trill it. And sometimes raw people try to pronounce by saying r. So rolling the tongue quite way back. So rather than saying r, they say r. That's not right. And likewise, some people would just not touch the tip of the tongue to the top. Rather, they would just say oh. That's English R. Power, wa. But the raw is not being pronounced actually. You can't do that. You have to touch the tip to the top without excessive trilling, yet you have to touch it. And you must touch behind the incisors. Behind the incisors. You do not roll it back. You do not go back. So to say R is wrong. R is wrong. R. And likewise, R is wrong as well. So not too much trilling. So R, just gently and touch the tip to the top. Okay, let's read it. So the letters we covered today are Bod, which are from the side of the tongue, going up, premolar and molars base of the top, and then pronouncing it Walad, Ard. And then tip of the tongue, we have three letters, Lam, Al. And then you have your Noon, an. Half of that comes from the nostrils, so you cannot block the nose to say an. It has to be an. Let the half bit come from the nose. And then ra. So tip again going up to the top, and you have to touch it. Don't trill too much, and do not roll it backwards. So R is wrong. R. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حاميم. تنزيل. إخفاء. You're not pronouncing noon properly, you're hiding it. So you call it إخفاء. تنزيل. Lun becomes lum because of meme. تنزيل من الرحمن الرحيم. من Ra with full mouth, heavy letter. رحمن الرحيم. كتاب, again إخفاء. كتاب فصلت. Thought is rounded, heavy letter. فصلت. آياته. قرآنا. Ra full mouth again. قرآنا عربيا. لقوم يعلمون. Qur'anan, we did not prolong it, we did not do extra gunna there. Why? Because the next letter is Ain, Arab. Ain is from throat letters, so if Noon Sakina or Tanween is followed by a throat letter, you do Izhar. You just say it clearly without extra prolongation, without extra nasalization. So you just say قرآنا عربيا لقوم يعلمون. Again, Arabiyan becomes Arabiyal because of merging into Lam without Gunna. However, the liqawmin, this one gets merged into Ya, again merging, but with Gunna. So Arabiyan liqawmi, this is Gunna. Mi ya'lamun. بشيرا ونذيرا. فأعرض. فأعرض. أكثرهم فهم لا يسمعون. وقالوا قلوبنا في أكنة مما في مد. مشدد, نون مشدد is غنة. نتم, تنوين followed by meme is إدغام مع غنة. ميم مشدد غنة again. في أكنة مما تدعونا إليه. دال قلقلة, قطب جد. قاف طا با جيم دال, when they're silent they're done غنة on, قلقلة on, sorry. So تدعونا مد because the next letter is Hamza. تدعونا إليه. وفي, not wafi, not wa, round your lips. وفي آذاننا وقر. قاف قلقلة, قطب جد. وقر ومن بيننا. وقر, run becomes ru, إدغام مع غنة. وقر ومن baynina, noon sakina min, followed by ba becomes mim. Small mim is there to indicate it. وَمِن بَيْنِنَا وَبَيْنِكَ حِجَابٌ. إخفاء again. حِجَابٌ فَاعْمَلْ إِنَّنَا نون مشدد غنة إِنَّنَا عَامِلُونَ قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا نون مشدد غنة إن ما is mad because of Hamza after it. إنما أنا means I. It is pronounced as ana. The alif after that is not pronounced. You do not say ana. That is non-existent. It's just there to make it distinct from inna or anna or an or in, just so that it doesn't get confused. So they just put alif without saying it. So ana means I. Ana basharum mithlukum. Basharum, run becomes rum because of meme. Basharum mithlukum. Sa. Tip of the tongue touching the incisors tip. Mithlukum yuha ilayya. Yuha is pronounced with prolongation because of Hamza after it. In annama ilahukum. Annama alif followed by Hamza in the next letter, you pronounce it. So there's small mad sign there as well. Annama gunna, noon mushaddad. Annama ilahukum ilahun wahidun. Ikhfa. Wahidun fastaqimu ilayhi. Again followed by Hamza. So wow would be maddiya. فاستقيموا إليه واستغفروه. Why we prolong this? This is called maddul arid lissukun. So whenever you have alif, waw or ya sakina as a second last letter and you're stopping at the last letter, then you prolong it. If you do not stop, you do not prolong it. وَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُشْرِكِينَ وَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُشْرِكِينَ. صدق الله العظيم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.